The Frankie and Rose Show is brought to you by the Central California Area Derby at ccaderby.com.
Ladies and gents, get ready to chill here on the Frankie and Rose Show. Hosted by that Hollywood insider bringing news, our guy Frankie. And a diva that's oh so fabulous, Rochelle. When it comes to the Frankie and Rose Show, get ready for love, life, and entertainment as we get ready to chill and bring you a little candid conversation with relationships, lifestyle, entertainment, and exclusive interviews. So it's time to get this party started on the Frankie and Rose Show.
And it's your man, Frankie, saluting you and welcoming you to an exciting night of love, life, and entertainment. Now, you know how we do around here. Tonight, we're going to get it in with the best from around the world and right here in Central Cali. Now, check this out. Tonight's show is a little bit different. You see, it's that time of year where most people get caught in, of course, February representing for Black History Month. But what a lot of people don't know as you talk around the community is there is another major holiday that goes down in the summertime, and we're getting ready to celebrate that right here in CenCal, and it's called Juneteenth. Now, what we're going to do tonight is bring on some folk from the Juneteenth celebration and also talk with people in the community that are making a difference. Matter of fact, we have a gentleman that's in the studio that's going to talk about how he started out with what seemed to be total disaster and turned his life into a true and living success story. So we've got a lot lined up for you tonight there. And then also, Rochelle's going to be coming in the studio in just a sec to hit you up with our couples segment. You see, here, we like to bring on couples from around the globe and also, of course, couples here in the Valley to talk about what makes their relationships work. So this is what we do here: love, life, and entertainment. So with that said, hang tight. We're getting ready to show you some events from here in CenCal, but we'll be right back with Ro and the couples segment.
Welcome to our couple segment. We're sitting here with Chris and Shanova Pennywell. We're going to talk to them about marriage, faith, and more. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, we like to start our couple segment off with questions and things that our viewers at home have. One thing that the viewers at home want to know is how do they incorporate faith in their marriage? Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, when you incorporate faith into your marriage, it's basically bringing God's ways into your marriage, because a lot of people base their marriage, or whether it's great or not, based on how they feel, their emotions. And when a person operates in faith, it goes beyond emotions. You know, there are days, I mean, we've been married, so there are days, you know, sometimes your spouse can make you upset. Mm-hmm. There are times you can be, you know, happy. I mean, you can have all those emotions all in that whole hour period. You know, sometimes you feel like you love them. Sometimes you feel like, you know, in the emotional realm, you know, you feel like you could strangle them at times. But the thing is that when you incorporate faith into your marriage, all of a sudden it brings you to a level to where you're operating in a love that's beyond emotions.
Right.
You know, just, I mean, even though emotions are involved, it supersedes even when you don't feel like it. It causes you to remain the same, remain consistent.
Now, Shanoba, what I want to ask you about is a very touchy topic in the church that many people don't want to discuss, which is divorce. Divorce is real, whether you're in church or not, and the divorce rate seems like it's continuously climbing, especially within the church. What is your intake on divorce within the church?
Well, I think one of the reasons why we see a steady incline even in the church is because there's no separation on how we operate in our marriages, you know, versus those who are unsaved. It's the same thing. And I think it goes back to what Chris is saying about God's system and God's way of doing things. Now, if someone has a divorce, I don't think it's an end all, be all because someone's gotten a divorce. But what is it going to take for this time around for us to stay together? What is it going to take? Are we evaluating our situations, not so much what that person did, but our status in that position? So I think it's because we have not put a separation, you know, so.
Wow, that's good stuff right there. Now, I want to talk to you guys personally about marriage and ministry because you guys do your ministry together. How do you separate your personal life and then incorporate together with the marriage ministry life? Talk to us about that.
Well, for one, I'm not a good actor, okay? So Chris knows if it's problems at home, we deal with them because they will leak into the ministry. I don't care how you try to cover up, how you put makeup over it, it's gonna be there and it's gonna leak. So for us personally, we deal with our issues. We hit them face forward. You know, we don't sweep nothing. If I'm mad, everybody gonna know I'm mad. So therefore, we deal with them. Me and Chris, we talk a lot. And that's what helps us, is when we actually really talk. And we talk them through. Not, you know, I'm waiting for the next punch.
Right.
You know what I mean? But really hear each other. And, you know, we don't get it all the time. But you know what? I trust him. I trust God more. So we'll get past it.
Right.
So.
And one of the things is that one of the things I notice in ministry, what hurts a lot of couples, sometimes it can be very very high up and, you know, very in the public light. And you see, and over the years, we've seen a lot of couples break up, pastors and first ladies who've been in front of thousands of people, who pastors thousands of people, and then all of a sudden, years after years, everybody found out, maybe for three years, that pastor or first lady was with someone else, or they were separated for years. You know, we heard of different couples where they were together. They appeared to be together for like 4 years, and during those 4 years, one had a place they went, the other one had another place they went, but they left together and putting up the image that they were together.
Wow.
And the thing is that a lot of times you get people who tries to separate the two, and who try to make it to the point to where, okay, this is what we do in ministry. This is our marriage or our family. So whatever goes on right here, we're going to put, even if it's terrible and it's about to break, let's put on an image that we're all great. Because somewhere along the line, many people who teach the Word of God, who's in ministry, have given out the impression that just because you may be gifted to teach it, or because a lot of times, you know, those that teach or those that sing, it comes naturally or supernaturally. You know, it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort if you're gifted to teach, to teach. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort if you're gifted to sing, Right. And we think just because we're gifted to teach it, that we're gifted to live it. So a lot of times we get confused because, okay, I can teach about love, I can teach about communication, but when all of a sudden there's a fight in my house about communication, I feel like, oh my God, we're struggling in our communication, but I just taught this. You know what I'm saying? So we feel like, okay, let's sweep this under the rug. We don't want anybody to know. So let's act like that didn't even happen.
Right.
And there's issues there. And so we got to put up this image that, oh, we're happy. Everybody praise the Lord, everybody. Come on, let's lift our hands, praise God. And we don't deal with those issues. Then next thing you know, because it's not dealt with, those little small things begin to become huge things and begin to crack the foundations of the marriage because they have not dealt with it. You have wives who even though it seems glamorous, cannot stand the ministry because they lose their husbands Their husbands are Superman with everyone else, but they give their wife and their children scraps, and vice versa.
Wow, that's good. That's good, and it's raw, and it's what a lot of people don't know, but it's information that people need to know,
Right.
Yes.
and how to keep their marriage together. Now, another thing I want to talk about is focus on the family, because you guys have 3 kids, 3 beautiful kids, by the way, and I know it's hard for Shinoba, and I know it's hard for you too, Chris. And Shinoba being a recent graduate from college, and Chris, are you a graduate as well from?
I'll be graduating in 2014.
Okay, so you're both are college graduates, and focusing on the family is very important, especially in ministry. But how do you keep focus on each other and your family?
Well, we make time. We make time. We do a lot of pillow talks, you know, and for us, you know, every moment matters to us.
Right.
You know, even if it's a walk in the park or, you know, going out for a movie, we turn something into something. You know, that something that may seem like it's nothing, we turn it into something. And then we work as a team. We work as a team. Maybe he needs some time away. I got the kids. I got you. If I need time away, he got the kids. So we help each other with it. You know what I mean? We don't compete with each other. We don't challenge each other. We make time. We make time for our children, and we make time for each other, because I believe they're both important.
It is.
You know, so.
I remember talking to a couple, because we talk to couples all the time. You know, God has blessed us to really minister to a lot of couples. But I told a particular couple one time, I said, I've never seen a person be a great husband or a wife and a terrible mother and father at the same time. But I've seen plenty of people be a great parent to their children, but a terrible spouse. And the reason why it's nearly almost impossible for somebody to be a truly Bible-based wife or husband and be a terrible mother or father is because it starts with the husband and wife first. And if you don't keep that, if a person doesn't keep that priority that the husband and wife comes first, because the thing is that when I married her, I made a covenant with her. She made a covenant with me. I didn't make a covenant with the children. Now, does that mean that I will not protect them, love them, and everything? See, covenant is forever. The only way it's broken is by death. You know, but I made a covenant with her before God, and our children was born out of that covenant. Right. So if I forsake what brought them there, what I do to her eventually is going to affect them. And that's why you see a lot of families, you know, because sometimes you'll get people that say, well, you know what, my children come first, because no matter what happens, if she trip out, because she's not blood, even though we married and everything's like that, she's not blood. So if she decide to act up, she can leave, and you know, but blood stays. So my children is going to stay close to me, and they mine no matter what. And we take on that worldly mindset. But the issue is that the thing is that when you don't acknowledge covenant, that's the foundation of your marriage. And when the Bible talks about when foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do?
Wow, that's good. That's good. I'm enjoying this. Now, one of the last things I wanted to talk to you guys about is leadership. The both of you are youth leaders. You lead the youth all the way up to college. Okay. What has leadership done for the both of you, individually and as a couple?
I guess I'll go first. Well, individually, first, it keeps me accountable. It keeps me accountable. I mean, we all love God. Those that, you know, that walk with God have a love for God. But when you lead people, there is a reverence that comes with it. It's a reverence basically saying, if I don't keep myself together for no other thing, I got to keep myself together for the people that I lead. Because I'm responsible for their lives. And so the challenges, I know for me, the challenges that I put on leaders, the challenges I put on people, it comes back on me. So if I expect them to walk in excellence, I myself got to walk in excellence first. Right. If I expect them to be on time, I need to be on time. Right. If I expect them not to be critical and negative, I myself first must not be critical and negative. So it keeps me on my toes, and it keeps me open to God. Because I'm so responsible, I have to be responsible for so many people. And so the Bible talks about this. The Bible tells Paul tells Timothy this. He says, take heed to yourself and to your doctrine, so that you may save yourself and those that hear you. And so it keeps me in check. What helps keeps me in check. And then also with my family, you know, what it does is that it brings me to the level to where I have to lead my family, you know, not rule them, you know, because a lot of times even in church, a lot of times people have their mindset, especially as the male figure in the house, you know, sometimes you get men that feel like, okay, I have to rule you, but the Bible never talks about that in that sense. The Bible is, in the sense of what the Bible is talking about, it's talking about leading. And when I lead my family, I got to be the first partaker. That means if I expect my house to operate a certain way, I myself have to do it first. So if I'm encouraging my wife to, okay, because we all say, oh, men, we talk about different genders and roles. Okay, men say, okay, woman, I want you to clean the house and different things like that. You know, okay, I got to clean the house. You know, I have to help. You know, or different things like that. I have to be the first partaker. If I want her to be humble, I first have to be humble. You know.
Yeah.
So.
For me, you know, being in leadership is rewarding. You know, because it's nothing more rewarding than being in the place where God has called you to be, you know. So I find fulfillment there. This is what I'm called to do. This is what I was born to do. So I love it. I love youth. I love youth ministry. We've been doing it for years and years. So it's very rewarding, you know, and I love it. Also, being in leadership with my husband is very rewarding also, because we talk word. We identify with each other. You know what I mean? And in those times when I'm weak, he's strong, and when he's strong, or when he's weak, I'm strong. So it complements each other. So I love being in leadership with him, and I just enjoy it and look forward to whatever God is going to do next.
Yeah, we love the kids.
You love the kids. Yep. One of the final thoughts for our couple segment tonight is we always like to leave with a motivational or inspirational word for somebody watching who may be on the verge of giving up or divorce or separation. If there are some words that you could speak to our viewers tonight who may be dealing with this issue, what would you tell them?
I would say Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. They that love it should eat the fruit thereof. And I believe that you can speak life to anything that may seem dead. You know, I believe it's up to you. What do you desire in your marriage? What do you want in your marriage? Are you willing to invest in it? Are you willing, because it could be whatever you want it to be. You know, I remember growing up, people used to say dreams don't come true. You know, well, I don't agree with that. Dreams come true if you make your dreams come true, you know? So it's what you're willing to put in it.
Right.
And you can have whatever the Bible says. There's nothing impossible with him.
Right.
So that's what I would say.
Chris?
Well, I would tell the person, especially if they feel like they feel like they're about to give up, that before you give up, make sure you have done everything possible. Most people leave marriages with so many things on the table without trying everything. In their mind, they say, I've tried everything. But in most cases, they have not tried everything. In most cases, many times they've done what only they know that they can do as far as in the natural. They've done everything that they have saw other couples do, or they've done everything that maybe in the natural just as far as the information that they've received, you know, because most of the information that we receive when it comes to relationships and marriage, most of it's come from media. Most of it's come from just a compilation of things that we have got from our experiences and years and stuff like that. Most people have not tried the Word of God. Most people have not really invested as far as marital books and counseling and different things like that. Most people have not tried that. You know, one of the things I always tell people when they're about to give up, okay, have you really tried talking? Well, no, I tried talking. I said, no, have you really tried communicating? Well, no, we communicated, it just didn't work. No, if you communicated, it would work. Right. You know, because most people go in with the intention to respond instead of with the intention to understand. You know, so I always tell most people that you have not tried everything. So I would tell the person, before you give up, before you even consider giving up, really make a conscious decision, check your heart, and really be honest with yourself. Have you tried everything? And in most cases, that person would have to be honest enough to say no. And if you can be honest enough to say no, then it's not over yet. Right. Wow. You know.
Well, this has been our couple segment with Chris and Shanoba Pennywell. We hope that you have taken something away from this segment that will help your marriage, and that something that you can apply to your lives daily not just as a couple, but also as individuals. And this is some information you can also take with your families and share it and apply it. We'd like to thank Chris and Shanova Pennywell for being here tonight and being a part of our couple segment. They're doing great things with the youth and also in the community. They're on Facebook if you want to connect with them. They have their own individual pages, daily inspirational quotes, motivational quotes by Chris and Shanova. So if you want to go on Facebook and connect with them, there's some information on the screen for you to do just that. In case you have missed this segment, it will re-air again on Monday and Wednesday at the same time and on the same channels. So you haven't missed much. So you can catch us again, and you can catch Chris and Shanova Pennywell on our couple segment. We have more to come on the Frankie and Rose Show. We ask you guys to stick around. Welcome to the Frankie and Rose Show. I am your host, Rochelle. We are sitting here with some of the Juneteenth panelists that will be encouraging you all at the Juneteenth celebration, which is soon to come. We are here with Keena McFadden, Dr. Kayende, and the beautiful Janice Sumler. They're going to talk to us about Juneteenth and what the meaning is. So we hope you guys are sitting tight and ready to be educated. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Now, I'll start with you, Keena. Talk to us about the Fresno Juneteenth and share with us what many people may not know about Juneteenth.
Wow. Well, starting off, Juneteenth is a celebration of our freedom of slavery, and it was called, and I was taught that Juneteenth was called Juneteenth because they really didn't know exactly what date we received, freedom, but we were free sometime in the middle of June, and so that's why they call it Juneteenth. And when you say share what someone may not know about it, I really don't think from young and old that they even know the details and or even what Juneteenth is.
Right.
It is a holiday. It's recognized nationally, and it's when Black people became free. And the proclamation, the Emancipation Proclamation and 13th Amendment, those things were just kind of just passing me by as I was growing up. But as a woman and a mother and a community advocate, I started learning about my rights and how it all became to this point. So we need to celebrate it like a Cinco de Mayo or like a 4th of July, and just really be thankful for those that have trailblazed, that paved the way for us. And so it's a celebration. It's a family celebration. It's not just a Juneteenth Fresno committee event. It's not just a certain group of people event. It's a world. It's everyone's event that feels free. Everyone's event that feels like they want to celebrate their heritage. And so it's our day to feel Black, feel beautiful, feel free, and to celebrate as a family.
Now, Dr. Kayende, I want to speak with you about the goal for Juneteenth. What do you want people that are coming to take away from the Juneteenth? What do you want them to leave feeling that day?
Most important of all, we want them to never forget the sacrifices of our ancestors. And our ancestors who paid the heavy price for every one of us to be here. And so any people who have any kind of integrity, they honor those people that sacrifice for them. We want our children to continue to remember them because if they don't have any memory, they have no future.
Right.
So we want our people to come to be enlightened, to know their history, and other people that's not African American, to respect the sacrifices of our ancestors and to be clear on those sacrifices and how they made this country what it is. And also understanding the horrors of slavery, how barbaric and criminal it was.
Yes.
And yet we survived.
We did. We did. Right. We sure did. Now, Miss Janice Sumler, for those watching tonight, what can they expect when they come out to the Juneteenth celebration? We know there'll be some music and some food, but what can people expect when they come out?
Wow, they'll see a carnival-like atmosphere, vendors selling food, merchandise, the entertainment, the music, Kid Zone. Kid Zone is going to be like a mini Disneyland. We have a big water slide coming. We have games, prizes. It's just going to be like at a fair, and it's colorful.
All right, so they can expect a good time
when
when they come out.
Yes.
Now, we want to let the viewers know the date and the time for the Juneteenth, just in case they want to go out and have a good time.
Juneteenth is going to begin on Saturday morning. We're going to begin at the Food Max Shopping Center with a parade that will start at 10 o'clock. It's going to go down Fresno Street to Pottle, down Martin Luther King, and all the way to Hinton Center on Fairview. And then we will start our festivities at 12 noon. Beginning with our dignitaries and honoring many folks in Fresno, and then Ms. Keena will start off our entertainment.
All right,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Now, the Juneteenth is open for everyone. It's not just for the African American
not
culture.
at all.
We are celebrating our culture, but it's open to anyone, any race who want to come out and help us celebrate together.
Yes.
So if you're watching and this is something you might be interested in, you can always join us. We'll be out there having a ball with Miss Keena McFadden, Dr. Kayende, and the beautiful Janice Sumler. We ask you guys to stay tuned. We have more to come on the Frankie and Rose Show. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gents, get ready to chill here on the Frankie and Rose Show. Hosted by that Hollywood insider bringing news, our guy Frankie. And a diva that's oh so fabulous, Rochelle. Bringing you a dose of love, life, and entertainment. Catch the Frankie and Rose Show Friday nights at 9 p.m. on Comcast 93 or AT&T 99 here on CMAC. Also replaying Mondays and Wednesdays at the same time.
Hey guys, I'm glad you came and hung out with us tonight right here on the Frankie and Rose Show. Now before we check up out of here, I do want to send a special shout out to all the folks who came down from the Juneteenth committee, and also of course we want to send a big shout out to the Pennywells for stopping by and talking about love, life, and entertainment. Now if you want to catch this show replaying, we will rebroadcast on Monday and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. here on Comcast Channel 93 or AT&T UVerse Channel 99. So check us out. And also, if you don't have cable, maybe you're watching at a friend's, whatever the case may be, pick up your tablet, your cell phone, you got your personal computer, whatever you got. If you can get online, you can also visit us on the website that you're seeing there on the screen and catch a ton of these interviews. But tick-tock, yo, I got to go. Thanks for checking us out. But before I go, as always, stay strong. Keep the faith, and be encouraged. This is your guy, Frankie, signing out for the night. Good night, and God bless.